Hello guys and welcome. My name is Travis with Tech Stimulus, and today I'm going to cover DDR5 RAM and how much I recommend that you'll need to game efficiently. So I really don't want to spend too much time talking about what RAM or random access memory is. This video is more for the average consumer. I'm not going to go into voltage, overclocking, and really min-maxing the RAM. But don't worry, we will cover the basics and exactly what you do need to know when purchasing new RAM. Now, whenever you hear somebody talk about DDR4 or DDR5, the DDR means double data rate. And in short, RAM's going to allow your PC to multitask. So something to keep in mind when purchasing new RAM is compatibility. Be sure you're not going to bottleneck your CPU. An easy example of what a bottleneck would be is if you have a really powerful CPU, but your RAM can't keep up with that CPU. Also, don't mismatch your RAM. This is where a lot of people go wrong. Mismatching your RAM can dramatically impact the speed of your RAM by as much as 50%. So I highly recommend going with the same speeds in each stick and even the same branding. I mean, I cover all of my bases here. I mean, that could bottleneck you alone. So if you're purchasing new RAM, you need to make sure that it's going to be compatible with your motherboard. So for example, if you have AMD's motherboard, an AM4, you're going to need to make sure that you purchase DDR4. In this case, we're going to upgrade to DDR5. So it's imperative that we make sure that we have that AM5 motherboard because AM5 is not backwards compatible with AM4. All right, now let's dig into the good stuff, RAM speed. Okay, so DDR5 speeds are really fast. They start out at 4800 megahertz and they go all the way up to 8400 megahertz. And they're even expecting faster speeds in the near future. If you're just a casual gamer, you can get away just fine with the 4800 megahertz. There's nothing wrong with 4800. If you're a gamer that spends a lot of time playing AAA titles and you like to have a lot of Chrome tabs open and maybe you've got a separate monitor or you stream, you might want to go for DDR5, 5200 to 5600 megahertz, and 5600 may even still be a bit overkill. Now, if you really want to squeeze every last drop of performance out of your PC, you have really high-end parts, you spent a lot of money on this thing, then why not go for that 6,000 plus, right? I mean, I'm going to be honest. For the most part, I think that anything over that 5,600 mark for consumer use, for gaming and things like that, even if you are streaming, I think that anything over 5,600 is kind of a waste of money and not really worth it because you really get a lot of performance in that 5,000 range. So when deciding how much RAM you should buy, I highly recommend just buying two 8GB sticks that'll give you 16 gigabytes of RAM. This is actually like a standard for gaming, and it's also something that I highly recommend just based on experience. Now, if you have the extra money and you're looking to future-proof a bit, I would recommend going for the 32 gigs, especially for somebody that does have those Chrome tabs open. Maybe you've got Twitch up on your second monitor. Then I would easily recommend 32 gigs. If you're somebody that wants to go a step further and maybe you do a lot of video editing, you run a lot of intensive applications, then I would highly recommend the 64 gigs. Now, I do have another recommendation for you that I think a lot of people do overlook, and you may have heard me hint on this earlier on in the video. Always run dual channel. So what I mean by dual channel is if you want 16 gigabytes of RAM, don't go out and buy one singular stick of 16 gigabytes and just put it in your PC. Always run dual channel. Buy two 8GB sticks that equals your 16, and you'll get much better performance out of running dual channel RAM. Okay, so that pretty much sums up some of the basic knowledge that you should know and some of those things that you should be looking out for when you go to purchase new RAM, especially the DDR5. All right, guys, that's all for now. If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments below. Also, I'd like to know what kind of RAM that you're running. What are some of your favorite brands? I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did find this video valuable or to be helpful in any way, please support the channel with a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.